Hello and welcome to Camp Xbox. One of the best things about the new Xbox consoles is the ability to play some older console games with ease through backwards compatibility. A good chunk of these games are available digitally, but today I want to talk about the ones you still need a physical disc for. Some of these have been delisted and some of them were always disc only, but today I got 3 Xbox games and 3 360 games to talk about. As usual, let me know if you'd like another list on this topic. All footage was captured off of a Series X, and I'd like to thank my YouTube channel members for their support. But let's go ahead and hop into this one. First up is Overlord. This came out in 2007 and was developed by Triumph Studios. This is one I've wanted to talk about for a bit, and I'm happy to include it here today. This is an odd 7th generation gem, and I know people liked it then, but I feel it has been forgotten. This game is like evil Pikmin, where you're an evil overlord and you control a giant mix of little minions, completing quests and using your minions to gain more evil powers and rebuilding your castle to its former glory. So you get a clear sense of progression in this game, unlocking new rooms in the castle, as well as stronger minions. It's highly entertaining on that front, but I love to see Pikmin-styled games like this. It never became a fully realized genre, but plenty of games adopted a Pikmin style. As the Overlord, you send out your minions to kill enemies, pull levers, pick up objects, and solve puzzles. There are a bunch of different types of minions, and building up a strong team of them is a blast. The controls are solid, and there's even a fun way to control your minions with the right thumbstick. There's a lot of humor baked into this game too, with a lot of comic dialogue. As with many comedy games, I wouldn't say it's laugh out loud funny, but it gives the game a lighthearted tone that I do appreciate. The minions help too, as they are insane, and their leader is the funniest character in the game. Thankfully, they took a comic approach to this because that's an element that makes Overlord click. Instead of being a rehash of fantasy tropes, it parodies The Lord of the Rings and many elements of the fantasy genre in many ways. Video game parodies don't always stick, but this one is entertaining. Its art style builds that fantasy feeling, it's bright and cheery, and it clashes against the evilness of your actions. It's a thoughtful game in design, and one I feel most people should revisit. It looks great on the Series X, and the sequel is also backwards compatible, but like this one, that one is only available to play if you have it on disc. So if you want to replay these games on a modern Xbox, it can only be on a Series X. But you can also play it on the One consoles.
Get us out of here!
Next up is Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. This was released in 2003 by Ubisoft, and it's only available to play now on disc. This game was sold digitally at one point, but has since been removed from the store. So if you've already bought it digitally, you do still have it, but if you never did, you can only play it with a disc. Maybe it was removed for that planned remake, which we still haven't gotten. Sands of Time has you playing as the prince, and you get the Dagger of Time. You must save the kingdom after the Sands of Time are released, and you use the Dagger of Time to alter time itself. And this is a major part of the game's elements, while still retaining the platforming charm of the classic titles. It might be hard to see now, but this game was a game changer in 2003, absolutely changing things for action platformers with this release, and we still see the effects of this game to this day. It was a mid-generation release that was a good game to point to when a lot of things started to shift. Though this is a game from a time when parkour was getting more popular. It features elements like wall running and extreme platforming. It all flows nicely together, and it's one of the cleanest feeling movement systems of its time. It feels excellent to flow around different torrents of parkour challenges. It works well with the combat, which also makes good use of the time mechanics, allowing you to go back in time if you ever make any mistakes. Yet it's not easy. It forces you to finish off enemies after you down them, otherwise they will keep respawning. It looks great on the Series X with a really clean look. I feel like original Xbox games just shine through on the console, and it gets a really nice cleanup, as well as some of the later games we're talking about today. Here, the bright cartoony aesthetic of the world is immaculate, the way the palaces are full of detail, and the vast sands of the desert, it all shines through here. Luckily, if you bought this game digitally new, you still have it, but nowadays, you're gonna need that disc. Next is the Orange Box, which released in 2007. This is another one that was available digitally for a long time, from 2016 to 2023, but has now been delisted. So if you never got a chance to buy it digitally, you're going to need a physical copy. This is an awesome game collection to have, with Half-Life 2, along with Half-Life Episode 1 and 2, Team Fortress 2, and Portal, which Portal is technically still available digitally through Xbox Live Arcade's solo release, Portal Still Alive. This is one of the best deals you could get on the 360 back in the day, and is still a powerhouse collection even on the Series X. Here you get the incredible Half-Life 2, one of those games that shifted gaming and is still something unique and engaging. I always surprise myself with just how replayable Half-Life 2 is. It has an excellent physics engine and is always satisfying to use. It's a game I always appreciated, but I never truly loved it the way other people do. But replaying it recently, I kind of had that aha moment as to understanding the undying love of this game, and I kind of get it. Truly a marvel even in 2007, it's nice to receive both this and the episodes that came after it. You also have the excellent Team Fortress 2. As someone with a family PC that could barely run anything, having this on the 360 was my main way to play this game, and it was a blast. Also, it's a relic nowadays compared to the patched versions we have on PC, and it's still playable. I was up at 7 a.m. on a Friday morning and found a group playing, so there's still people playing this one, which is incredible dedication. Then you get one of my favorite games with Portal, a game I return to continually. Even if I know these puzzles, there's something about the puzzle design that always makes this one engaging. Yet luckily, this is available digitally along with the amazing Portal 2. So pack all these games together and you have yourself some amazing games. It's unfortunate this was taken down in 2023, but if you never got a chance to buy it digitally, you can pick up a copy physically. Next up is Unreal Championship 2, released in 2005. This is another one that was shortly on the backwards compatibility program, but was swiftly taken off. So if you had it digitally, you can still play it, but you can no longer buy it on the store, which is a bummer because even without online capabilities, Unreal Championship 2 is such a refreshing and entertaining shooter. Where the first Unreal Championship was more focused on just the shooter elements with a light structure, this entry gives you so much more. You have a story mode with full cutscenes, a tournament bracket for each character, and challenges for them as well. Each character feels unique and different, and this entry was published by Midway, which made the Mortal Kombat games at the time, and I feel so much of that influence there, from bloody fatalities to even a fighting game roster type selection screen. Hell, it even includes Raiden as a champion. The combat is a simple first-person shooter, just the way I like it though. You select from a few classic weapons and you go into maps. All of these maps are amazingly designed. They are thoughtful, giant, and have a great classic multiplayer feeling. Gunplay is breezy and simple, it's easy to kill people, and it's easy to die, but it's so fast to get right back into it. The adrenaline mode from the first game gets revamped here, allowing you to select more powers. Also, this game doesn't have to be played in first person and allows for third person, along with melee combat. There is so much here, but it surprisingly feels so simple. On the Series X, just like the other games today, it looks clean. Yet here I'm more impressed than any other game today. Maybe it's because it was already such a standout game on the original Xbox, but this game looks great on here. Character models and maps shine through, and it really looks nice. I do wish there was some way to play this online though, through backwards compatibility, but understandably that's not easy to get done. Yet the bots still stand out as fun to play against, and this one is definitely worth seeking out. Speaking of Mortal Kombat, next let's talk about Mortal Kombat, otherwise known as Mortal Kombat 9. This one came out in 2011 and was developed by NetherRealm. This one, along with Mortal Kombat vs. DC, is a disc-only backwards compatibility game. I remember when this game was new, and it surprises me that it came out 14 years ago now. It was a big deal, at least to me, because it was a return to form for Mortal Kombat. As a bigger fan of 2D fighters in general, it was exciting to see Mortal Kombat return to its classic style. They also redid a lot of the huge story that had been set up and took it back to its origins, hence the simple name. I do like that they kept a strong story mode for this game, as that's one of my favorite parts of these games. I love the lore here. All of the characters are recognizable, and it's fun to watch them talk in the mini cutscenes. I feel that NetherRealm continues to excel at creating interesting stories, not only in this series, but also in the Injustice games, taking you chapter by chapter, letting you play new characters, and allows you to test run through everybody. Getting into the fighting again, it had been a long time since I last played this. I felt a bit rusty, but it felt great to play. Each fighter has neat special moves, and the flow is simple, which I love. I can't help myself, I'm always an aggressive fighter in these games, but it's definitely built to go along with that, with a fun and simple combo system. Everyone is a good time to play with, and with a strong roster like this, I remember just playing randoms at parties and having a good time playing against everyone. To me, fighting games are the epitome of a good time with a group of friends. This was an awesome game, and it helps that it's a gore fest filled with insane kills that I don't even think I can show on YouTube. If you like a gross out game, then this holds true to the series. All looking great on the series console. If you have an old copy of this and want to pop it in again, you will definitely have a fun time. The final game on today's list, but certainly not the last game we could pick. Let me know if you'd like to see another list featuring these, but that's gonna be Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow. This one came out in 2004 and was made by Ubisoft. Every original Xbox Splinter Cell at one point was available digitally, but now only Chaos Theory is. This second game in the franchise is only available physically if you didn't already own a digital copy. I also picked this one because I feel like I talk a lot about the other Splinter Cells here, but I tend to skip this one. I do think the other 4 of the first releases are better, but that's comparing 4 great games. Pandora Tomorrow is still a standout. I miss stealth games like these, and for 2004, what is being pulled off in this game is incredible. In this game, you are back in the role of Sam Fisher, tasked with taking down a terrorist faction, and you go across the globe in a really awesome globe-trotting adventure. Michael Ironside returns to voice Sam Fisher and has such an iconic voice. He gives that character life. It's a fun spy plot, but it's the gameplay here that works so well. Mechanically, it feels similar to the first Splinter Cell in many ways, but it feels smoother overall and has a lot of quality of life updates. It's one of those cases where more of a great thing is not an issue. There's still some awesome levels to stealth around in with incredible lighting effects. This is one of the best looking games of its time in terms of lighting and the way it plays with the environments, setting up multiple points in levels like a puzzle, trying to solve how to take it on without getting caught. Stealth games happen to be one of the most tense game genres to me, and that's part of the enjoyment. Getting into these levels steeped in darkness and narrowly missing detection, I'm so happy you can still easily play these games if you own them physically. They deserve to be played, especially since we might never see another entry again. I hope I get proven wrong in that statement one day, to be honest with you. Pandora Tomorrow holds up as an excellent stealth game to this day with an amazing score, and I recommend playing through this whole series if you can.
Off the garden behind the embassy grounds. Grim's working on a way to contact her without alerting her guard. Carlson's your next objective. Details on your OPSAT.
That wraps it up for this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. It really helps me on the algorithm. Comment below with any favorites from today's list or ones that I should cover next. Subscribe to keep up with more videos like this, and be sure to check out my second channel, Camp Extras, for more gaming videos. And I want to give a huge shout out to my YouTube channel members. Thank you so much for your support. Your support helps out the channel, and I really appreciate it. But I'll see you here next time at Camp Xbox.